Roughly a week ago, Maresca made his Chelsea Premier League debut against Manchester City at the Bridge, and he, unfortunately, lost 2-0. Despite that, there were a few things to take from that game, and now when we're facing Wolves tomorrow at Molineux Stadium, I want to see some changes in the lineup, and I want to see improvement. I want to see us progressing and taking a few steps forward, because we need to do that if we're gonna reach top 4 and gain Champions League football this season. So before we continue any further, make sure you help me out going on to reach 500 subscribers, because that is our next target on the channel. And also hit that notification bell down below so you never miss when the content drops. We're gonna start immediately by looking at the lineup that Maresca started against Manchester City. We had Sanchez in goal. We had Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, Cucurella making the back four. In the midfield we had Enzo, Lavia and Caicedo. Enzo was operating as one of the offensive 8/10s in the half spaces. Out wide we had Palmer and Kunku that was going to stretch the field, and we had Jackson leading the line up front. Now, I think against City we struggle to have a creative and dynamic number 10. I feel like Enzo is someone that can unlock defenses with his passes, with his vision, and can help create clear-cut chances. We know Enzo Fernandez's strongest abilities is his passing and vision. That could make sense to some extent why Maresca started him in one of those half spaces as a 10, and that he was that advanced forward. But the thing Enzo lacks for me is acceleration, being agile. He's not that fast to go past players and can't really use tricks to go past them like a number 10 usually would have. And he's not that great on attacking the box, and when he's getting shooting opportunity, he usually misses the target or just hitting the goalkeeper. All this kind of stuff you want in a number 10. So one of the first changes I will make here is to swap Enzo with Nkunku. Or not swap, but I will put Nkunku where Enzo plays. Because Nkunku for me is not a left winger either that's going to stretch the field and take on players from there. I want him to be behind the striker. That's where I think we can get the most out of Nkunku, because first of all, he is creative, has agility, balance, acceleration, he's a skillful player, and his finishing abilities and composure in the box is extraordinary. Nkunku is very elite when it comes to scoring goals and creating for his teammates. So I want Nkunku there. Then who is going to be the left winger? Well, I think I will have Neto there and not Mudryk. I will have Neto playing as the left winger. He is a natural winger. Maresca wants them to be able to take plays 1 versus 1 and then also help out defensively and coming down. And I think Neto can fill that role really well. You could make the same argument with Nkunku as with Palmer, but we know Palmer is versatile enough to play both as one of the number 10s and as a winger. So Palmer is definitely continue on that right hand side. You could make a case for Noni Madueke as well, since he has been very promising so far. But you can't leave out Cole Palmer either. But Madueke can come on later. What would I then do with Enzo Fernandez? It's not that I really want to take out any of Lavia Caicedo, but I want someone to be very good in possession. But Lavia and Caicedo is that as well, but I don't think they are on the same level as Enzo. So I think I would swap out Caicedo, and I will have Enzo and Lavia in the pivot. But of course, the formation is changing into a 3-2-4-1 when we having the ball. I think Enzo will operate as the left advanced 8, because if he is there, we still have a very offensive number 10 that's going to help the striker and attack the box in Nkunku. And when Enzo was operating as one of the 8s in the half spaces, mostly he could be both on the left or right side, but when he's on the right side in those half spaces, you can't really get the most out of his passing and vision, which is his best qualities. But if he is on the left hand side, he has the whole field in front of him, and he can make passes out wide to the right and to the left, through balls. So having Enzo as the left 8 and Nkunku as the right 8, I think you would add more balance and more attacking threat in the final third, instead of having Enzo, Lavia and Caicedo all three there. I know you want to fit them all into midfield, but I don't think that will be possible in Enzo Maresca's system. Otherwise, you have to find other solutions if you want it to work. So that's the changes I will make. So Nkunku takes the number 10 spot. Enzo takes the left 8 spot. I don't want to drop Lavia because I think he's the best player we have so far in terms of performances. And Neto coming in on the left hand side. So you can see the lineup for yourself on screen here. And I think this will add balance both defensively and in the attack. We're gonna also go through a couple of talking points, and João Felix is someone that could make his debut tomorrow, his second Chelsea debut. I don't want to necessarily start him because I don't think he understands the Enzo Maresca system solely yet, but I would definitely bring him in and give him maybe 25, 20, 15 minutes depending on how the players are performing. And I wouldn't put him as a false 9. I wouldn't put him as a left winger. I want to have him in one of the half spaces as a number 10. Look at his performances at Barcelona when he was a left winger. He did not perform there. But when he was operating as a false 9 behind a big striker as a number 10, sort of for Atletico Madrid back for a few years ago, he had his best performances throughout his career. And that's why I think having him as a number 10 would suit him more. So we could take off Nkunku in the second half and bring him on there. But you can only start one, in my opinion. I don't think that both can start unless someone of them is playing as a false 9 up front. I mean, that could work as well. Personally, I don't want them to be wingers. I want Palmer, Neto, Mudryk and Madueke to be our wide wingers. And I want Nkunku, João Felix to be the creative 10s. And the offensive 8 is going to be Enzo and Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. And the sitting player is going to be Lavia and Caicedo. Fortunate, Sanchez have to then start. Enzo Maresca sort of clarified that in his press conference. And it feels like Jorgensen is going to be the Conference League and Cup keeper. I don't know what I think about that. I will start Jorgensen if I could decide here. So let me know what you would change in the lineup. Let me know if you agreed with my thoughts and changes here. Enzo Maresca has to find solutions on how we're going to stop counterattacks and defend them better, because Wolves' biggest strength is to go on counters, being direct, going on direct runs on their fast and technical players. We letting our opponents have too far many opportunities and shots against us. We saw in pre-season, we saw that against City, and we saw it against Servette in Conference League on Thursday. That was a worrying sign. How could they have more shots than us? That shouldn't happen, and I'm worried because the Wolves are so dangerous on the counters. They have great players in Cunha, Wang Yichan, and other players. Sarabia is a great one, Ait Nouri as left back. Wolves is not an easy team to face. We usually struggle against them. So Enzo Maresca has to figure out how we're gonna stop them, how we're gonna stop conceding too many shots, and we have to reduce the number of clear-cut chances the opponents having against us. I think Enzo Maresca has to find the right lineup now. He needs to get players into the right positions sooner rather than later. So in terms of a score prediction, if he will put out this lineup and we're having more creative players out on the field there, and if we can be more solid in the defense, I could see us taking 3 points away, but it's not going to be easy. Wolves is not an easy side to play against, but I'm guessing if we're playing this way with this lineup, we're gonna win 2-1. It's going to be a very close game. So let me know your score prediction in comments down below, and I thank you so much for watching this video. And I'm out, guys. Peace.